It was 7th Ramadan, 2 Hijri. Across the desert routes of Arabia, a large Quraysh trade caravan was returning from Syria to Makkah. This was not an ordinary caravan. It was the main source of wealth and power for the Quraysh. The caravan was led by Abu Sufyan, an experienced and intelligent leader. There were around 1,000 camels carrying expensive trade goods. In today's value, this wealth was worth more than 25 million. The Quraysh had earned huge profits in Syria. As the caravan moved closer to Makkah, they were very happy. They believed this money would be used to prepare weapons, horses, and armies against the Muslims. These were the same Quraysh who had forced the Muslims to leave Makkah. They took their homes, confiscated their property, and now planned to use this wealth to fight them again. But the Quraysh did not know that in Medina, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, was fully aware of the situation. Through reliable sources, the Prophet ﷺ received complete information about the caravan. He knew when it had left Syria, which route it was taking, and what its real purpose was. This was not only about trade, it was about the future and safety of the Muslims. As soon as the news arrived, the Prophet ﷺ called a meeting of the senior companions in Medina. The atmosphere was serious and calm. Everyone understood that this was an important decision. During the discussion, one thing was clear. If this caravan reached Makkah safely, its wealth would soon be used to fight the Muslims. Therefore, it was decided that the Muslims should leave Medina immediately and try to stop the caravan. This was not a plan for a major battle. No full army was prepared. No one expected that the Quraysh themselves would come with a large force. The Muslims believed they were going to face only a trade caravan. The Prophet did not force anyone to join. Only those who were willing went with him. Others were allowed to stay behind. In this way, about 313 Muslims set out from Medina. They had very few horses, limited weapons, and no proper battle equipment. Some Muslims were walking on foot. Some did not even have swords. But what they did have was strong faith and the leadership of the Prophet ﷺ. On the other side, Abu Sufyan was very cautious. He had spies watching every movement on the route. When he suspected that the Muslims were moving toward the caravan, he quickly changed his path. He took the caravan closer to the sea to avoid the Muslims. He also sent a fast messenger to Makkah. The message was clear. The caravan is in danger. We need immediate help. When this message reached Makkah, the leaders of Quraysh were alarmed. For them, this was no longer only about money. It became a matter of pride and power. They decided that this time they would not only protect the caravan, but also show the Muslims that the Quraysh was still strong. Soon, more than 1,000 fighters were prepared. They had horses, camels, swords, armor, and great confidence. This army marched out for battle, while the Muslims still believed they would only meet a trade caravan. From this point, the situation completely changed. On one side, small numbers, limited resources, and quiet faith. On the other side, large numbers, strong weapons, and pride. And between them stood the plain of Badr, a place where, within a few days, history was about to be written.